up, my people? You already know the fight we've all been buzzing about is finally about to go down September 13th as Canelo Alvarez takes on Terence Crawford. And let me tell you, there's only one way to experience history in the making, and that's by choosing On Location in Vegas. On Location is the fight's official VIP experience provider, and they got the ultimate all-access pass to witness the action. From the best seats in the house to exclusive meet and greets to even getting your photo next to the ring, and this is how you do fight night right. VIP ticket packages are almost gone, so click right here in the video's description to secure your spot, or visit onlocationexp.com to learn more. Don't miss out.
All those doubters, at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, they all gonna cry when they get home. You know, and I hate that.
Prediction on the fight for Canelo Alvarez and
I'm gonna beat this motherfucker's ass, dog.
Man, I mean, Bud Crawford, he's looking good, man. He's looking good. I like what I'm seeing out of Camp Crawford. I must say he's looking fantastic. Now, I do still have Canelo Alvarez beating Bud Crawford, but that's not the point of this video. Bud Crawford has revealed a lot of things that I think cements a lot of thoughts that we've had in the war room. But before I say that, I want to say this, okay? Two facts that I want to say. I was, in preparation for this video, looking at an interview that had Tom Brady and Shaquille O'Neal, right? They were speaking with Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford. And it just made me think about those two legends, Tom Brady and Shaquille O'Neal. And I saw like a commonality, something that I can relate Terence Crawford's career to those guys. This is Terence Crawford's Tom Brady and Kobe moment. This is what I mean. Like with Tom Brady, I remember with him winning all the championships with the Patriots, people were calling him the GOAT, the greatest quarterback of all time, one of the greatest football players of all time. And the huge criticism was, well, of course, he's with the Patriots. He got, Belichick. I mean, damn, you had a deflate gate and you had all these things, right? And it's like, I don't know, there's a lot of asterisks next to Tom Brady until he did it without them. Until he won ships without them, and you're just like, okay, he is the greatest quarterback of all time. Well, at least it's a stronger argument, right? Same thing with Kobe. I think this fight against Canelo Alvarez is a Kobe moment where you look at Kobe and he won those ships, and it's like, well, you did it with Shaq until he did it without him. And I think when you look at Terence Crawford's career, he doesn't really have the ops at the right time. The same type of things with Canelo Alvarez. He fought a couple guys, and it's kind of like, yo, they're past their prime and stuff like that. A lot of people like to put an asterisk next to Canelo Alvarez, and it's like, yo, when he finally really fought somebody, he lost or arguably lost. With Terence Crawford, this is the same kind of thing. You look at when he fought Errol Spence, when he fought Sean Porter and Kell Brook and Mir Khan and Jose Benavidez. But this fight, jumping up weight classes to do the incredible, this would be his Kobe moment if he were to beat Canelo Alvarez. Honestly, it's even more than that. But it's Mount Rushmore type shit where you'll be like Terence Crawford. If he beats Canelo Alvarez and you have him as the greatest fighter of all time, though I wouldn't agree, it's like at least you have some grounds to stand on. Now, the other second point that I think is becoming a fact is this. This fight was initially kind of a one-sided credited fight where if Terence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez, he's on a Mount Rushmore. If Canelo Alvarez beats Bud Crawford, it's kind of like, of course. But now the Bud Buddies has gone across all of social media and attacked social media so impactfully, like a plague, that now it's starting to give more value if Canelo Alvarez wins. And let me tell you what I mean. You cannot tell everybody they're haters and they're stupid for thinking Canelo wins and say, hey, y'all gonna find out come September 13th how great Bud Crawford is. and you speak Crawford up, you know, you say, yeah, you said the same thing about Spence and Crawford that beat all these. Ah! You just don't know. You know, you have all these all-time great fighters saying that Crawford wins. So come September 14th, if Saul Canelo Alvarez has beaten Crawford or destroyed him, you can't take it back now. You're going to have to be like, Saul Canelo Alvarez is on Mount Rushmore, right? I mean, you can't go this heavy all over social media, and in which social media controls media. So it's everything. You can't flood social media like this and just wave after wave talk about how Bud is going to whoop Canelo and forget boots and all the preparation, all that stuff. And then if Canelo wins, you don't have the same energy. You have to have the same energy. You have to be like, shit, so Canelo Alvarez did the impossible. He did the unthinkable, right? But for me, the truth of the matter is, and I've been kind of hinting to this, that this would be the same to me as when Saul beat Amir Khan, when he beat Cotto, when he beat Sugar Shane Mosley, guys who were smaller than him and old, right? And if Bud Crawford beats Saul Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion, the guy has done the impossible. I mean, literally done what I haven't really seen, okay? I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard did some shit like this, you know, and that was incredible. Sam Langford to do some stuff, but really, that's how rare it is, all right? Crawford, this is really a big Crawford moment for me.
Cause this is Bubba's moment. I put my mother on it.
Which leads me into how Crawford has been going about his training camp and how he looks. I mean, I was looking at Terence Bud Crawford, you know, his channel, and he's just so relaxed, right? He's so relaxed, and he's chilling out there. He's having a good time with great vibes. And a lot has to do, in my opinion, to what he says here about making weight.
About this camp, different than any other camp, is I don't got to cut muscle. I don't got to, watch what I do in strength condition. I can, go fully all out, and just do what I need to do to get stronger.
Bro, I mean, look at him. Look at him. He doesn't look huge or anything, but he looks healthy. You see in his eyes, the white of his eyes are bright and skin elasticity on it. And I mean, he just looks healthy. And this may be the healthiest he has ever gone into the ring, to be honest. And if he performs extremely well, let alone if he beats Saul Canelo Alvarez, I just think that sends a message to what makes a great fighter fight at his greatest.
You got to remember now, you fight great, but I'm a great fighter, huh?
Or what makes a fighter, any fighter, fight at their best, being as healthy as they can be, right? Being closer to their walk-around weight. So when you look at Saul Canelo Alvarez and you say, man, he's beating these big guys. I know I've said that. Really, Canelo's been fighting in a very healthy way, and he's skillful enough to be able to do that, making him one of the greatest fighters of all time. A lot of people fight down to cover up what they lack in skill because they can be weight bullies and then they can make it up in size, all right? But with Saul Canelo Alvarez, he has the skill, but he's been able to fight extremely healthy. A lot of those fighters back in the day, in the silver age and gold age of boxing and stuff like that, they were fighting closer to their walk-around weight, and those guys were fighting very often. That's why it's hard to cut a lot of weight if you're fighting 4 times a month. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they were doing incredible shit and fighting 15 rounds because they're not destroying themselves as much as y'all think. They're actually fighting in a healthier way. Another thing, Bud Crawford, he ran off what this fight means with Canelo Alvarez, and it just lets you know how great September 13th really is.
You got 2 first ballot Hall of Fame fighters, going head to head, and for undisputed, and both of them is 2-time undisputed champion. One is 2-time in the same weight, one is 2-time in 2 different weights, looking to be 3. So, Thriller in Manila, it wasn't you know, that much wasn't on the line when, you know, they was fighting, but it's a lot on the line in this fight.
Bud Crawford has a very healthy state of mind. He's in a very healthy state of mind right now, a very healthy state of body, very healthy state of spirit. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think so Canelo Alvarez is too. He just had a baby. And so Canelo Alvarez in training camp, you're not really seeing too much from Saul Canelo Alvarez. That guy is dialed the hell in because Canelo was embarrassed against William Skull. Let's keep it real. That fight sucked. All right, and it was his first fight in Saudi or whatever with Turkey. That shit was a horrible product, and Canelo doesn't want to repeat that. So he's pulling out all the stops, right, in fighting or sparring Boots Ennis. Having Boots Ennis in his camp, period, right, just shows that. And I want to say this. Oh, shit. I want to say this, dude. For all of you idiots. Again, I'm just going to kick a dead horse with this one, saying that Boots Ennis sold out his people. I am here to defend Boots Ennis because how stupid and inconsistent you butt buddies are for saying this. Look at what Bomac said right here.
So give us a little breakdown of, without giving too much away, going into the Billy fight, because everyone is talking about that's going to be a war.
It's gonna be a war. It's gonna be a war. Like I said, man, Lester gets stronger at every round, going into the later rounds, and that's where Billy gonna fuck up at. That's where they team gonna fuck up at.
Bomac! I didn't even think about this. He's training Lester Martinez. Bud Crawford is preparing Lester Martinez to beat Mbili. Lester Martinez, Hispanic, Mbili, African. I'm talking about African from the heart of Africa, the Cameroon, okay? They're training him to beat our brother beyond, and if he beats him, he snatches the opportunity, the possible opportunity of Mbili fighting Saul Canelo Alvarez. That bag, they strip him from opportunity. They whip his ass. And how is Bomac and Bud and those guys aren't considered sellouts by you saying Bud buddies? Got him. Got him. Yo, man, you can poke a hole in this whole ignorant shit, and the reason why it pisses me off is because it's so toxic and it takes away from the sport of boxing. I just would love to embarrass you guys for the rest of your lives if I could over this dumb shit. But it's so sickening because this is so great, and why you guys gotta wrap it with bull jive. Stop bull jiving. Oh, I want to tell you guys who's not bull jiving. You guys see Conor Ben training?
Now go body head. There you go. Good, straight in.
That brother. That's a guy who's not bull jiving. But back to Terence Bud Crawford. Look, man, when I look at his physique and everything, Terence Crawford, he doesn't look huge, but he looks healthy. And I don't know what size he is, and I don't think they really looking at the scale that much. Like you say, he doesn't have to worry about it. But I think Terence Bud Crawford is in a healthy spot, and he's in the right spot as far as, you know, how lean he seemed to be. Not too bulky, not too heavy. His shoulders and his muscles doesn't seem too bubbly, like he's just been trying to lift. Remember how Wilder looked? Right? That just was not going to work right. Tyson Fury, his sloppy body was actually better for boxing than Wilder's was. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at Terence Crawford and the condition he's in, he's just in a perfect condition. All right. I think what we're going to see on September 13th is both of them at their very best. Forget both. Just Terence Crawford. This is a Terence Crawford video. Terence Crawford is going to be at the proper everything to perform at the best that he can to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez. I just still have Canelo winning, but I love the genius approach and the natural approach from Terence Bud Crawford and company. Let me know what you think in the comments below. ShowBizz the adult. I'm just saying, if Terence were to do this, and beat so will Canelo Alvarez. This is the Terence to do it. You know how everybody says anyone can do it, Terence can? Yeah, but I want to go further. If Terence does it, this is the Terence to do it. All right, I'm out.